I said no to being my sister's maid of honor. Instead, I booked a solo trip for her wedding weekend, and I've never felt lighter. I'm 24. My sister Renee is 32. To understand why I said no, you need all of it. Our dad left when I was 7. After that, it was mom, Renee, and me. Renee practically co-raised me. She taught me to parallel park. She threatened a boy who made fun of my braces. When she moved out, I cried harder than I did when dad left. She was my blueprint for what a person should be. I met Caleb my freshman year of college. We were 18, paired up in a lab, and he spent the whole first session naming our bacteria samples. That was it for me. 5.5 years together. We survived long distance, 2 moves, his mom's illness. Everyone called us the married ones. I believed it. By 23, I was working retail management, opening shifts at 6 a.m., and putting away money for our future apartment deposit. I had $3,800 saved in a shoebox because keeping it visible kept me disciplined. When Caleb and I started ring shopping, for me, he was traditional like that. The first person I told was Renee. I called her from my car, giddy. She went quiet for a beat, then said, "Wow, you're really doing it." I mistook that pause for emotion. 6 weeks later, he ended it. A voicemail of all things, left while I was on shift. "I'm not the person you think I am. Please let me go." Then blocked everywhere. I called his sister sobbing and she just said, "You deserve to hear it from him," and hung up. I spent months doing archaeology on my own memory, digging for the moment I broke it. I lost 12 pounds. I kept his hoodie in my trunk because I couldn't have it in the house and couldn't donate it. 7 months later, mutual friends slipped up at a birthday dinner. Someone mentioned Renee's new boyfriend, and then the whole table developed a fascinating interest in the menu. Renee and Caleb. The timeline assembled itself in my head like a car crash in reverse. Her pause on the phone. His, "I'm not the person you think I am." All those Sunday dinners where I brought him to mom's, where he and Renee would end up talking on the porch while I helped with dishes. I used to feel lucky they got along. I confronted her exactly once. She said, "We fought it for a long time. Nobody planned this. Someday you'll understand that love isn't tidy." I was 23, not 13. I understood perfectly. They moved in together within a year, 2 towns over, and my family performed a group amnesia I still can't fathom. Mom acted like mentioning it was poor manners. At Christmas, she'd say, "Your sister has been through a lot too," which remains the most incredible sentence ever spoken to me. Renee sent birthday cards every year. Warm, chatty, zero acknowledgement. They're in a drawer, unopened, all of them. 3 weeks ago came the engagement announcement. Big wedding next June, a vineyard, 200 guests. Last Tuesday, Renee showed up at my apartment with a box of pastries from the bakery we loved as kids. She sat at my counter and delivered a speech with rehearsed pauses in it. She was sorry how everything unfolded. Mom dreams of seeing us up there together. Sisters are forever. She wants me as her maid of honor. Then she took out her phone and showed me her lock screen. Her and Caleb's dog, the one they adopted together. "You'd love him," she said softly. "He'd love you." Even the dog was a prop. I let her finish the whole thing. Then I asked one question. Was it already happening when he left me that voicemail? She looked at the pastry box for a long, long moment. That was my answer. Every working late, every porch conversation. I used to text her asking for advice about him. I told her I would rather stand in traffic than stand at that altar. She started a sentence about healing, and I held my door open until she walked through it. After she left, I opened my banking app. See, I'd eventually sold everything from that relationship, returned the deposit savings to my own name, sold the jewelry he'd given me. That money had been sitting untouched for 2 years because spending it felt like touching a wound. That night, I spent it. The trip Caleb and I had planned for our someday honeymoon. Same coast of Portugal, same cliffside town I'd saved on 3 different apps. Flights, hotel, non-refundable, 1 traveler. Mom called the next morning to tell me I was being cruel, that I was slitting this family in half. I told her the slit happened 3 years ago. I'm just the only one who stopped stepping over the crack. The wedding is June 13th. I'll be watching the Atlantic from a balcony, drinking coffee, unopenable and unblocked. Exactly the person I was always going to become, just without him.